Okay, so we're going to start with shoreline and we're going to dry brush the top. So what I did, just in the center, right there. Oh, I really like this, how it shows up. You can see exactly where I'm dry brushing.
Can everybody see okay?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Then get out a small flat. I need to grab a chair to sit next to me. Hold on.
There's lots of chairs right there, but.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So get a small flat. We're going to float some of that shoreline highlight in. So boy, we'll get on a roll here, I promise. All right, so we're going to float the back of the inside of the cup. So that would be just like this.
Is the same color?
With shoreline, yeah. That's going to be the highlight on the blue cup. Okay, and then you're also going to float the outside of the handle. It is backwards. Isn't that weird? Okay.
Outside of the handle?
On the handle, but on the outside edge. So right on the handle towards the outside. Okay. Sorry, my glasses keep fogging up from the. Okay, so then with tropical blue, we're going to float. I want you to start right here and you're going to float next to the middle cup, next to the orange cup on the blue with tropical. So I don't know if you guys use your mop brush, but it's not going to show because I'm doing it on paper. But it really will soften your float. You're also going to do on the inside the edge opposite the highlight. So it's going to be right here.
Should you come up the side of the cup?
With the tropical?
Yeah.
Yes, a
Or
little
just to
bit.
the
No,
handle?
just a little bit right here.
Just the handle side?
Yeah, just to the handle though, because we still want some of that base color to show through.
Okay.
So we're going to go across on the inside bottom with tropical. And then also you want to set the stem of the sunflower back in. So you're going to float on either side of the sunflower stem. Forgot my apron. Oh, and then also on the handle,
Did you float on both sides of the stem?
yes. And then on the handle towards the inside. That tropical, I know. Well, Decor came out with all those new colors.
Yeah.
I wanted to start using them. They are really pretty. Now I noticed on their website, they're kind of putting together groups of colors that you can use. Different pairings, and it's kind of nice to have. You can use it as a guide.
Oh, so.
Like they'll pick, okay, this color goes with this and this, and you know,
oh,
different.
This is your main color, here's your highlight, here's.
No, not even that. It would be different colors, like here's some greens, here's some greens that might go with blues and might go with purples or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, I think they're selling them like that. I could be wrong. Okay. Tell me if I'm going too fast. Okay, so now you're going to get out your Snow White and a liner.
Liz,
Yes.
we're supposed to put the white underneath here, the shoreline on the bottom of the dark. I missed that part. Yours looks lighter. Did I miss that part?
Oh, up here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was I supposed to put it there too?
I didn't put that in the instructions, but mine just looks really light because it's white. Your guys' is blue. Yours is blue. Mine's white because the cup, I didn't paint the cup. Okay, so now with the liner, and this, you just do it by hand, but I'm gonna actually use a different color because I want you to see it. So I'll have to use, I don't want to use black, that's too. I'll use Irish moss, it's kind of bright. I think you'll be able to see it. You know what, actually, I'm gonna use Warm Sunset. I love this orange.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
very
warm
It
sunset
coats
is
so
gorgeous.
well. You don't have to do 100 coats just to get like jack-o'-lantern. But it looks so pretty with jack-o'-lantern.
You should have had us paint that white first and then the jack-o'-lantern on top.
Yeah, yeah.
That would have been easier, right? Because I painted it that way. Oh, there's just a your orange tinge to my background. So what are we doing now?
Okay, so with a liner brush and some Snow White.
And then, Warm Sunset, okay.
Oh, yeah,
don't have
here,
any.
sorry.
It's
Go
okay.
ahead. Oh, no, not Warm Sunset. It's with white. I'm using Warm Sunset
Oh,
because you won't be able to see the white up
Okay.
here. So use your Snow White. Yeah.
um,
Sorry, I almost had to do orange scrolls.
inconsistency.
Yes, inconsistency. You don't have to put the pattern on unless you want to, or you can use a chalk pencil. But
Oh, here we
There we
go.
go.
yes,
Oh,
I love these little scrolls. So you just, if you turn your surface kind of to the side at an angle, so you can rest your hand. Well, and make them big enough because you want to put some cross hatching in there. So you just like this, and they don't have to be all exactly the same size. So just like that. Trust me, mine aren't the same size. Give you guys a second to do that. A minute. I found, huh?
You like the white pencil?
Yeah,
Maybe I should use the white pencil first.
but I also like the white Sharpie marker, oil paint, the skinny one. Because that, if the pen doesn't dry out or break like it happens to me, it works really well. And I know it's cheating, but I don't care.
Yeah, you need to hold up. You need the white pencil. I have one.
You know, if it's easier for you guys, instead of doing the liner, you can also use a float, do like a C stroke, a little float. I can do a little demo on that if that might be a little. Little better, I don't know. So if you just went for, I'd have to, but you could. Yeah.
Paint thin lines for scallops and cross hatching.
Mhm.
Now we get to cross hatch.
Now you get to cross hatch. I love cross hatching. I love all the small details. I don't know why. Because you just kind of flick it in there. You don't think about it. And I know that sounds weird, but once you do them enough times. And really, it's about getting your paint to that right consistency, right? So what happened to the community center? Is it?
They just went crazy with their price. Yeah, they almost doubled them.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, it's up near the $200 range or $150 or something
Yeah.
like this. And at the time when we signed up here, it was $60.
Right. This is really nice.
And
And because it has a kitchen, yeah.
there's a bathroom close by. Yeah, we don't have to walk a half a block.
So those aren't dots, they're cross hatches?
Yes,
Okay.
little, yeah. So what I did, I just. Oops, I'll have to come over here. I just did a couple little lines and then, yeah, just a. Anybody going to Vegas?
Yes.
Yay. I'm teaching 2 classes there.
Which one were you teaching? I think I took one.
I'm teaching the envelope, the metal envelope with the gingerbread, the snowman and the Santa. And then it's a plaque with an old fashioned truck and the dog and the Christmas tree with all the presents. I'm so excited.
Cool.
That one sold out and she had to book me again. I know, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. My husband's gonna go with me. We're gonna be gone a whole week.
Wow.
It's the honeymoon we never had.
Good. What are you gonna do with the kids?
Well, my daughter's 27 almost, so she'll stay with my son who's gonna be 16 this Friday, actually. So that's what I'm doing with him. She's gonna make sure he gets to school and back and eats. It's better that he just stays home and not my mom. It's just too hard for him to go over there. My daughter lives with my mom, so I'm sure she's not going to be happy that she's coming. But they can all work it out.
And they will.
They will. I don't, yeah, I'm. And I'm gonna have a booth there, so that's why I'm excited.
Wow. Good for you.
Thanks. I'm in panic mode because I haven't really done a whole lot yet. But the booths used to be downstairs, way in this big, huge room, and it was extremely expensive. You had to go through the union and all this stuff.
Oh,
So they,
Bring your stuff in,
yeah, so they moved it upstairs.
Oh, where's it gonna be?
It's gonna be in one of the big rooms.
Oh,
They're making
nice.
it-
That's convenient.
Yes, so they're like putting two rooms together.
Oh, wow, okay.
So much better, right?
Wow.
And it's
Yeah.
more than half, like, okay, so before a booth would cost you $600 for one person, like for the small one. It was, that's why I never did it. It's $200.
Oh, that's great.
So I'll see, you know what? My husband will be there with me. It'll be fun. Okay, so guys, once you get all your cross hatching in, we're gonna do a little line work on the handle.
Liz, can I ask, is there a white line right at the edge of the cup?
Yeah, not right now. Not right now.
All right.
So just get your cross hatching on.
Does it all have to go in the same direction?
No,
Oh, I'm just wondering, you know, like some
freestyle.
depends which way you flick your wrist, I guess. I don't know.
I was thinking that, you know, sometimes when you do things.
Exactly. I've done that where they're, one is one way and one is,
Yeah.
I've,
that was
and
good.
sometimes you inadvertently do that. You don't even know. So the other line is just with your white and it's on the handle. You're just gonna do, and they don't have to connect. I've become a little more free. You don't have to have your lines perfectly connected when you're doing detail work. So if you just go line there, and then just add some. Because all it is decoration.
I can't see what you do.
Okay, so on the handle,
Are you outlining?
just with a liner and white, just adding some of that.
In the center?
Yeah,
Oh, I know. Okay.
it's just a little line work on the handle. So the handle otherwise would have stayed hidden and you wouldn't have even have noticed it.
Like little highlight marks.
Yeah. Does everybody have tangerine?
I do.
I do.
I got it.
Why aren't you ready?
Well, don't worry about it.
Well, there's somewhere in that.
No,
It's tangerine, it's for the, it's pretty light, it's for the highlighting.
Okay. So now. I don't think that's in the instructions either, but let me look. Oh, yeah. So with your shoreline, this goes back to Kristen's question. You're going to paint a thin line around the top and back edges of the cup. So what you're going to do is it's just a little bit of an outline to clean it up a bit.
Tie them over to the center.
Yeah, exactly. Use shoreline. You don't have to have them connected. But it just kind of cleans up the edges, right? Just around, yeah. And it's around the rim of the cup, I should say. The top and the bottom rim,
So all the way around.
all the way around.
The
But
drinking part.
yes, but you don't have to connect them. Just,
Hit and miss.
yeah.
So are we lying over the dark area where we did the float?
Just right here, a tad, right here.
Well, underneath the float? Like underneath,
Yeah, so you're gonna go right
Under-
across a little bit on that line. just
underneath
like
there,
this.
gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
So nice to teach in person.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have
Oh.
you here in person. This is great.
We like that.
Zoom's nice for some, for, it's good. I mean, God, what would we have done if we didn't have it, right?
Exactly.
And it's nice because you can get other people that wouldn't normally be able to attend,
Mhm.
so.
Cool.
Well, when you guys are ready, you're gonna get out your tangerine and a dry brush. And if you have to use the dry brush you used for the blue, clean it and then dry it out really good. Kind of doing the same thing. We're gonna dry brush the center. Of the middle pumpkin.
I'm sorry, what color are we using?
Tangerine.
Thank you, and you can get.
I'm actually gonna get a different paper because
No, I need that.
so tangerine, we're gonna dry brush just in the center, like we did before. And then you're gonna float the handle on the outside edge, on the handle, but towards the edge.
Liz,
Yeah.
Sandy, I think we took a Zoom from Sandy.
Oh.
Sandy LaFleur, right?
Yours
Yeah,
must be
and
lighter than
she-
mine, 'cause mine-
Had a really good hint about dry brushing. If you get too much paint on your.
Yeah.
you know what she said was, what she does is she goes in there and she makes sure the paint is really in the brush. Then she goes and brushes it on the paper. towel.
Right.
Then she uses her hand and she
Oh.
brushes it on her hand to see if it's sort of dry. You know how you can feel. on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
hand,
yeah, yeah.
Whether it's damp. So you brush it on your hand until it's dry. Then you go for the,
Oh, okay.
and it really
It,
works.
okay.
You don't get so many holes. in it.
right. Very good. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's really handy.
She moved, or she's gonna move, right?
Really?
I don't know.
It sounds like she is.
To Oklahoma.
Oh,
Oh, she
really?
is? No.
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh,
Oh, very
no.
good.
Yeah.
That's a
Oklahoma. She's gonna get her before she goes.
Yes, we have to book her.
I'm glad I said something.
Yeah.
So,
Did you say where she's moving?
no, it's just on Facebook, the house that they bought.
Well, the thing is her money's gonna go, retirement money's gonna go a lot further in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. So then you're gonna,
So we're highlighting the top edge
well,
of the top, the center-ish part.
the middle part,
Yeah, I'm talking about the highlight. Oh,
Floating
yeah, floating the top edge,
yeah, we highlighted with tangerine the center,
right.
and then we're gonna highlight with a float of tangerine on the handle.
On the handle.
Now, this is where you might want to put on your pattern lightly if you, for your sections of the pumpkin or the look of the pumpkin on the cup. You don't have to. But you, if you don't want to, you can just like put in with a chalk pencil.
By the way, I love all of the pattern things.
What do you mean?
Well, all of these here showing highlights and,
Oh,
you know,
I started doing that because I had a pattern from Kim Hogue one time. And I thought, oh my God, she has so much stuff here. But actually, after I started looking at it, and if you're going to paint something on your own, it's nice to have exactly where you need to shade, or if you need to just go back and check or whatever. So then, even when you go to trace your pattern, you have one specific for your basic, one for your detail.
yeah, it's really nice.
Thanks, I'm glad you like it.
It is. I agree.
Actually drawing the patterns up and stuff, that's half the fun too. I mean,
Is
it's all fun for me.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so then,
Well, what color would you think?
oh, I'm sorry. You'd like to know that, right? Warm sunset.
Is this a shading color or highlight?
It's a shading. So we're gonna use you're gonna use a flat, we're gonna float. So if you look here, I'll show you on the photograph or on the, see these sections right here? This section, it's like a pumpkin. That's gonna all be,
You're down below the camera.
I am?
Oh, I'm sorry, unless you were, your hand was down below. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at you.
Do you have warm sunset here?
Yeah, or I should.
I think it's over on your table because you were using it, maybe.
Right here.
Oh, it's orange.
It's orange.
I imagine it.
Oh, you're
That's
thinking
funny.
yellow?
I
was thinking of something yellow. Oh, yeah, like dark yellow?
Oh, speaking of the dark, I love that golden yellow. Because that's a really good, it just coats so well.
It covers really well.
Yeah.
That's one of another color.
I did not have the golden yellow. Was that one of the newer colors?
Yeah, it's a newer color. It covers, I shouldn't say it covers really well. It floats really well. It's a rich yellow.
It is rich yellow.
Yeah.
It doesn't cover it.
No.
Very transparent.
Yeah, it's a rich, but for coverage, I like either summer, is it squash,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it covers it.
That one covers it.
banana
This one does not
cream.
cover very well, bright yellow. I tried using that instead of the golden yellow.
Why use that on yellow?
Okay.
It's really-
Oh, All right, so now with warm sunset and a flat. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see this. Okay. We're gonna float in the sections. So we are going to go right up against the edge though first. So on the left side. And then there's going to be two sections on the left side, and they're kind of curved. I know my sections look really bold.
Okay, and you're doing it on the inside of the section? And the inside?
So
of
I
the
started
line?
here on the edge,
So keep with that.
and then, yes, and then I went this way with a section, and then here's another section. And then for the right side, I came the other direction.
Okay.
You can either flip your piece or just do your float from the bottom up.
Did the float go?
So look at your photograph. I'll put this back up here. So see here, next to the handle on the edge, then you're just going to do a section and a section, then you're going to either flip your piece and then go the opposite direction. Your float should go towards the inside of the cup, towards the middle of the cup.
The shading. The shading goes to the inside.
Yes, so up here on, if you look at the cup here, where I'm pointing, the edge, it goes dark to light, you know, towards the center. Your next section is here and here, and that's your float. And if you turn your piece upside down, you can do it again. Or you don't have to turn it upside down, and you just have to flip your brush and go the opposite direction. I'm going to come around and show you on here so you can see it. I think you painted your orange.
Yeah, I did have I used
Right.
a different color. Yeah, so I need to make it darker.
So your shading needs to be darker.
Yes, so,
Or I mean, here's Jacqueline, and you're more than welcome to use, and you know what might be easier? Let that dry, and you can even just stipple Jacqueline all over, so it's better coverage. Let it dry, and then you can put your shading on, or you can just shade that darker, which would give burnt sienna. I don't know if that's dark enough. It might be too dark.
black plum to there.
I have a red if you want to use a red.
More of a reddish, I think.
I like the cinnamon drop.
I know, that's such a pretty color. That
I
might
love
brighten
that
it up.
color.
Okay.
So use that and then I'll come back and help you get some brighter highlights in there, because that's what you need. Really. You're good there. Are you waiting for yours?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, watching you do that. I thought it was on this line.
It is.
This line. and this
It is.
line.
Here, 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 and then you can flip your piece and then it goes this way, this way, this way.
Okay.
But
But
flip your, why don't you add, let it dry and then drag where it's going to.
That 23 from
We're gonna add more, just grab some more tangerine in there, and then we can go and do this, but we're gonna add more floats of tangerine also, which will give it a different contrast.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, yeah, I would go, if you can, try to go a little bit lighter on here and here, because you're gonna lose it at some point.
I went through it, right?
And I thought, what I did is I went back and I listed these sections again.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, here, and here.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Flip it. Here, here.
That.
Well, very nice.
Oh, that's
You have a diameter?
Yeah, different colors.
I guess.
Yeah.
So she's adjusting.
I probably do. I know I got those. This is different.
Oh.
No, it's as well.
Everybody good over there?
Well, I went the wrong direction one.
Yes, you did.
Not a bit, okay? That's great.
Your blue one is really pretty.
That's shading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Well, I went in the wrong direction.
Fine.
Okay, oh,
Yeah.
good.
Alrighty. I'm gonna give you guys, because I know there's a few of you. Touching up with some highlights and stuff. But you know what we can do? For those that are ready, we're gonna take tangerine and do the opposite of what we just did. On the we're gonna float against our shading with a highlight of tangerine. Actually, I'm gonna do it in a blue so you can see. So just pretend my shoreline is tangerine. So next to each shade, we're gonna put a highlight.
Back to back.
Yep, just like that. And then also, we didn't do the warm sunset, also has to be on the handle. It really makes it pop.
Yeah, it sure does.
On the inside of the handle.
Is the warm sunset, yes.
like the tangerine goes along the top edge too. Of the cup. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's just a line. Now you can see the difference.
Yeah.
I would add a little bit of your tangerine dry brush in the centers here though. Once those
That
are
color?
dry, yeah, just a
Okay.
tad, just to
Yeah.
brighten them up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, so you can see them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking at the highlights. So Liz, have they told you how many vendors? are gonna be?
There's not as many as there usually are.
No, but I just- yeah, I just wondered.
I'm trying to think. I don't know, but I know like who's not gonna be there is Lori Spelt, Chris Hoy, like all the big ones.
Really?
Chris?
It's not mine.
Lori Spells isn't gonna be there?
Wow.
Creative coach. I know, I mean, I'll look it up at,
There with us and
yeah,
City Woods, well, that's City Woods.
CD Woods, creative coach. Pinecraft is gonna be there, Jamie Mills Price is gonna be there. But as far as like,
Well, Deco Art and those guys. can do
Yeah,
it.
I-
Something brush company, silver. brush.
yes,
Brush it and more.
I don't know why they're not. I don't know.
Didn't her husband have surgery?
I think maybe that is
Yeah,
having
and
something to
she-
do with it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Boyd, her husband,
oh,
yeah. She mentioned something about that.
Mhm. Okay,
Inside of the cup, the little lip, I mean, the little, yeah, the orange cup,
right.
what are you supposed to do with it? You know, the tiny little pieces on the top.
Yeah. All right, so what you're gonna do. The outside edge is gonna be a line like we did. I'm sorry, this part isn't even in my instructions and I don't know why.
it's there.
Is
says
it?
That's the tangerine, close the highlight on the back, opposite sections of your.
Oh, yeah,
And then add a thin line across the edge of the.
right. And if you add your line, if you add a line of tangerine here across like you did on the blue cup, just, yeah, here, let me show you. I'm gonna do blue, not orange. So if you add tangerine, just clean it up. Okay, here. And for the inside, those little pockets, let it dry and then just take a tad of your warm sunset. And fill it in a little bit with a small float. Okay, that way you can tell it breaks it up from the line of the front. to the inside. Okay, so the next colors, Morning Mist and Black Plum and Snow White for the bottom cup. Yes, and Snow White. Morning Mist and Black Plum.
Oh,
Sorry. Too many plums. It's that very light silvery purple.
Okay. Wait, did you say black plum?
Yes, and Morning Mist.
Let me guess. we're gonna
I
try
was
black
trying to figure, get something similar.
I should show you guys this picture. Well, I can't right now because my phone is the internet. But I did leaves in that, the purples.
Oh, did you?
Actually, I think one of them, it might be on that. The fall envelope has some purple leaves.
Ooh.
I just love it.
Yes, it does. That's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the butterfly.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of the same thing like we did before, but with Morning Mist. You're gonna dry brush the center. Wow. I'm gonna get a different brush. Okay. So dry brush the center of this cup. And then okay, now we're gonna use Black Plum and we're gonna do some floats. So you're gonna float across the top. And this is not a real skinny float because you're gonna be putting the white over it. So you want to walk it down just a little bit. Okay. You're going to also come and do across the bottom.
Boy, is it kind of transparent this color? Black one? Or is it one measuring?
Yeah, it's you think it's transparent?
Well, it's not really dark. I mean, I'm surprised that maybe I didn't show it.
I think it might be for floating. I always found it to be pretty opaque.
Yeah, this is better in sugar.
Okay. And then when you get to the handle, it's going to be the inside on each section. And then right where it connects to the cup, you're going to add a little float there too. Okay. Oh, Kristen, what are you doing?
Can you go there? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right, I have to do some too, Liz, so.
Okay, we're gonna let that dry for a second. And then we're gonna float our scallops.
Oh, goody.
Oh.
Nancy loves that part.
Yeah.
That's that one of those F words.
Right up there with freehand floats.
Uh, I'm,
tired.
I'm smiling.
So,
Well,
Put that in the picture. Liz says she's smiling.
draw some fake lips. Fake. They have those masks.
Yeah, they do. Oh, they have every
Well,
single.
I'm sticking my tongue out at you.
Oh yeah, I like that one. That's cute. I just buy the disposable ones because I gotta wear it to. I have to wear it to when I walk into work, and then when I get to my office, I take it off. Because nobody goes in there. What time do you guys want to take your lunch?
what time would you like to keep lunch?
It doesn't matter to me.
Anybody speak up?
Or for a older kid.
It's 11:15 now. Anybody hungry in?
Do you want to go like at 11:30 or quarter to 12 or?
Let's do 11:45.
Yeah, is a half hour enough for you guys?
It's fine with me, but does anybody else want more time? Sharon, did you bring a lunch?
No, but you walk over the
Yes.
sprouts.
That's right.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can just whenever. You can get back and eat and
Yes. he's here.
don't have to be on a
So,
strict
shall we say
time limit.
11:45?
Yeah, that's fine.
So half an hour, we'll break for lunch.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how far we want to get.
Whatever is convenient for you.
Oh, I wish my family said that to me. Whatever's convenient for you.
Whatever is convenient for you.
So once your black plum floats are on, you're going to do 3 C strokes with Snow White. And like before, however you want to get them on there, you can freehand it. You can chalk pencil or pattern. But if you're just going to freehand them on, they don't have to be the exact size, but that float is moving up. So. Can you see that on the screen? That white? So you're just going to get those in there. And then add your cross hatching. So because this is bigger than the other ones, the cross hatching is going to be more prominent. So this might help Nancy with what she asked about previously about going in the same direction. So if you go across one way on all of them, like this, so everything's going the same way. And then just go back across this way. So that way they're all in the same direction. And then you're going to clean up that top by going straight across with the white, the warm white, or Snow White, sorry. And the handle is not fancy with the highlights. It's just some little dashes. everybody doing okay? So far, so good?
Not skeleton.
Oh, yeah, but orange pepper's much better.
Yeah, it's more content.
It's your design, I hope. Like it. I like the way you put the autumn. Oh.
Yeah.
Pencils work wonders.
Right, you doing all right? Oh,
I love that flat. I like that flat.
I said it was. Yeah, Tim Holt. Oh, it's one of the skinny ones about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do two this way and then two like that. But
I didn't
it
like
was as
that
close
book.
as I could get. I've been watching Outlander. Maybe the Scottish flags getting to me.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah. He looks good in Scottish flag, doesn't he?
I have never watched the series. I read the book.
Oh, the series, I love it.
Well, I love the books.
Yeah, the characters, okay, so very graphic. I mean,
Well, the books are.
yeah, if it's like the books, then wow, okay, I have to like pause it, my kid walks in.
I read the whole book coming from Hawaii a year. That's how much I love the first book.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, this is the second time I watched it because I needed something to watch, I just turned it on.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for season 6 to come out. But yeah, it's,
I haven't read all the books. I've read. like a
what
few.
is it, Outlander?
Yeah.
time travel.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I love that they have Scottish actors in there.
Yeah.
There's nobody trying to take a Scottish accent. so.
Jamie.
Oh my gosh.
But she's not, well, she's not Scottish.
No, she's Irish.
Is she Irish? Oh, don't tell the Scots that, though. I
Okay.
don't think he really cares.
Oh, he's so cute. The guy that plays him. Oh,
Yeah, the books are. I don't know, they come, I've been up to, have they come to America yet?
mm-hmm,
Oh, they have.
mm-hmm. That's kind of where I've stopped. I gotta get, and the next season doesn't come out till next year, early 22.
Oh.
I know. But, you know, I have to have my TV on when I'm painting or whatever, and I'm there every night doing it, so I'm constantly watching my programs.
Is it just something that you zone on? Or do you really watch it?
Because sometimes, no, see, like this was just a good background so I can hear the story as I'm painting and doing myself, because I'd already seen it. So
Uh-huh.
like I watched Down Abbey a couple times just
Yeah.
Oh,
because,
yeah, well,
Oh, yeah,
you
that's
know,
another goodie.
yeah.
I love period dramas like that. So.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was-
And they're coming out with a movie.
Oh, it's been out.
Yeah, another movie.
Another movie?
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
See, and once Grandmama was gone, because I love her as an actress.
Oh, she was fabulous.
Ugh.
Or is fabulous.
Well, she
Um,
hasn't died yet, but she's going to, I guess.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, in the movie, she just said she was.
no, she did die.
Did she?
Yeah,
Last movie?
yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, what's her
I think
name?
I saw her on and talked to her and she says, what am I supposed to do? Live to 120?
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
such a great
Oh,
actress.
she is. She is.
That
Quite a
that
career.
sense of humor between her and the other lady,
What's her
the
name?
older gal, whatever her name was.
Oh, no, oh, that one. I was gonna say Shirley, what's her name?
No.
But the other one, the.
Yeah,
Matthew's mother.
Matthew's mother. I swear.
You can call me. What should I call you?
Yeah, I just love that dry sense of humor. So funny to me.
That is a classic.
Compared to half the crap that's on there now, yes. Okay,
What's Grant?
huh?
Grant Home, did you ever watch Grant Home?
Grant Home?
Grantchester?
Grantchester. Have you ever
Oh.
watched
I
Grantchester?
think so. I think a long time ago. Isn't it a detective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I
he's a
did.
minister that helps out with it.
Oh, maybe I haven't. I watched Father Brown.
Oh, Father Brown, that's good.
I love him.
That I've watched twice.
Yeah, Father Brown, and who's the lady? She's on BritBox. She's a detective.
Vera?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
Vera
good
is
too.
wonderful.
Vera.
God,
Yeah.
my family thinks I'm nuts. I love all this British TV, but it's just so much better acting and writing.
Uh-huh. Have you seen also Shetland?
It's written-
Not yet. My mother said that was really good.
Same person who wrote Shetland.
Oh, and I haven't watched that. Randy's watched them all.
That's a
Oh,
good one.
that was wonderful. Yeah.
Everybody ready to do the petals?
Are we done with the bottom one?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's all there is on that. Oh, wait, did I tell you? Oh, you know what? I know I forgot after. got caught.
You have to shade underneath the crosshatching.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need a float underneath the crosshatching with your black plum. I got so excited talking TV with people that actually like my shows. All right, so you're gonna float under the black plum.
Under the black one?
I mean, under the, the white scallops with black plum, please. Okay. Then, if you have on your pattern, if it right here in the little corners for the inside, go ahead and float some of that black plum in there. And then with the morning mist, you can do your line across. I'm using the blue.
What line?
Across the top of the cup,
Ah,
the rim of the cup. if you ever paint this again, just remember, pretty much each cup was done the same way,
Yeah.
just different colors. Okay. Okay, so if you get out your raw sienna, and I'm going to show you a little trick that's not in the instructions because I just figured it out for the back petals. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always have trouble floating the back petals to make them look like they're truly in the back behind the big petals in the front, right? So if you get out your, I'm not going to use raw sienna because I have black plum out already. And I think that will show better. But with your raw sienna on the front petals, you're going to float, but it's going to be a light float. You don't want a heavy brown base because it's that golden yellow. So you just want it to be a light, airy. So if you look at your picture, you'll see that it's pretty light. So we're just going to float the back petals with the front petals with raw sienna. And then we also need to add some of those lines coming out. So you can either use your flat, come up on the edge. So you can either use that or you can line in. But when it comes to those back petals, instead of trying to float the raw sienna, I just stand straight up on my brush, whether it's a flat or an angle, and just go, you just tap it in. You can get way in there and then just.
And that's with the raw sienna?
Yeah, but if you do it like that, it looks like they're really set back because you can get really far into that crevice, right? It just is a lot easier. Want me to show you? That's okay.
So what are we talking about? We're talking, under here. Okay, with the raw sienna. Okay, yours looks so darker, but that's.
No, because I'm
Yours
using.
doing darker,
I'm
okay.
doing darker.
Okay, okay, got it.
And then when you go to that, I'm going to slow down.
Yeah,
This is it on your brush up. You're gonna go float and then just stand straight up and just kind of cut it through. Because that way, it will look a lot more. See how it looks like it's really back in there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That skinny area there.
Yeah, and it's just easier than having to float it. So that is what you're gonna do on all the petals. So you can float them all, then come back and add line work, or you can just do your line work as you're floating.
Oh, come up on the chisel.
Yeah. That's one word I can never remember. Chisel.
Well, I just did a bunch of Sharon Bynum shells and all of her stuff, once you do it floating and come up on the chisel and move down, it's like that.
Isn't that funny? It's whatever you guys want to do.
What were the lines you were talking about?
Huh?
What were the lines you were talking about?
In the petals. So after you float here, you could either use your flat, your floating brush and come up on the chisel and come down. Or you can just come in with line work afterwards and line in some of the raw sienna. Either way. So our chapter has moved, the meeting place.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It's in Ventura.
Oh, closer.
Oh yeah, it's way closer for you guys.
Yeah.
It's in Ventura. One of the gal's sister lives in a park, a mobile home park. And they're letting us use their rec room
Oh, nice.
for free.
Oh, wow. That's a deal.
Yeah, because the Union Hall, you could never figure out if they were gonna open up or not. And, but they are gonna be meeting. Right now, as it stands, it's Thursdays. The second Thursday of the month. 11 to 4. So they have their meeting and then they're painting. So, but I'm still working, so I won't be able to go to all of them at all. I mean, I'll just have to pick and choose.
Why did they do that and pick a Thursday?
Why?
People probably aren't working.
I'm like the only one that works. Right, yeah,
You don't.
in my area, in my, huh?
Their newsletter.
Oh yeah, I do their newsletter.
Yeah, you're doing it.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Which chapter is this?
Poinsettia Painters, Camarillo chapter, Ventura. Monday nights, a lot of them just didn't want to drive anymore at night.
I get that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I get that.
So, and then we would do our paintings were on another day, on a Saturday. Yeah, they wanted it separate, but now they really don't have a choice. Finding one place was hard, let alone two. So I get it. I mean, I was a little disappointed, but I still can take, I mean, I can take off and whatever. Nothing I can do about it. Till my husband hits it big and I get to retire. So. My daughter decided not to be a nurse, so she's not going to be able to support me.
Oh, dear.
I know. That's fine. She's going to be a teacher, and she just wasn't enthusiastic at being a nurse like she is about being a teacher. She's so excited.
What's she gonna teach?
K through 12.
Grade?
Yeah.
Good for her.
You know, that was her original.
That's a tough job.
Well, she's actually, what's funny is she's been doing this. She's always worked at an after-school club. She's been counselors and all that. She realizes that she does not like children that are in junior high at all. Shows middle school kids are evil and they're mean, and they are. She wanted to teach high school, like high school health. But she can't teach high school because she's not doing one subject, she's doing the multi-subject. So probably like maybe third grade, she'd probably do something like that. And I said, just wait till you get there. And I said, teachers can make decent money, Leah. You get in a good school district. There's nothing. She just couldn't be a nurse. She's not the type to work those 12-hour shifts and at night and
24/7, 365.
yeah.
That's right.
And I said, if she just, she saw dollar signs. So,
And then she forgot about the gore.
oh, that's what because she would, we'd be at home or whatever with my mom and she'd gag over something. I said, oh, and you're going to be a nurse. If you can't handle that, and that's what all you're going to do is clean up stuff when you first start.
Pretty much no. Nurses pretty much have it. They have all the LVN.
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
that's
people.
true.
My mom was a nurse and she did nothing but paperwork. Because
Yeah.
It just depends on where you work.
Yeah.
I think a teacher fits Leah so much better. She can be creative and have a classroom, and she should have been a home decorator or she's one party planner, something like that, but can't make money doing that. Plus, it will suit her lifestyle once she gets married and has kids, and
So you're planning that for her?
she's planning it. I hope her boyfriend knows. He just hasn't done anything yet.
they're a little slow.
Yeah, but it's been 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, mine was 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's still hope.
No, that he just wants to make sure everybody's, they're settled in their work and all that stuff. So
Yeah, 4 kids is better than 9.
I said, just give me a grandchild. I don't care about anything else.
You want to be grandma?
Oh my God, I want a baby so bad. Yes, very much so. I mean, I'm kind of a grandma. My step grandma, my stepson wife had a baby. So my husband's in cloud, but they don't live in the state. They live in Oregon. Haven't even seen her yet. I know.
How old is she?
6 months.
Oh,
And she is a doll. I mean, she has red hair, like just
Oh.
very little red hair, huge blue eyes. Her mother's a true redhead.
Red, white, and blue.
God, yeah, just the prettiest little thing. We all just ooh and ah over the phone when we get the pictures of her. We can't stand it. I mean,
But that's your job.
God, I told my husband's ex-wife, God dang, you are so lucky. I think once you guys are done with these petals, or, it'll be perfect for lunch. So we won't go any further than the petals. I think I'm going to stop recording now. And then we can,
I'll tell Joanne to take a break.
yeah. Well, I'm sure Joanne can hear us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm recording. She should. Anyways, we're going to go to lunch. Okay. Okay, so we're going to highlight the petals with Snow White. So I'll use a different color, obviously. I'll
All
use,
the colors are the background colors? too?
yes. We're just trying to make them pop out.
Okay.
So. You just highlight with the Snow White down the left side, and when I say on the tips, and then just walk it down a bit. Okay, so then left side here. And then just the tips. So this is how the smaller petal with the highlight should look.
So much for the youth group, huh?
Yeah.
They said, they had to cancel it.
Oh,
Then when you get to the larger petal, if you move your surface upside down,
she's just touching it. Like, no.
okay,
Or if we turn it the other way, it's still on the left side.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, took it completely off camera.
And we're recording, right?
Yes,
What?
thank you. I haven't dared looked at any of the recordings I've done. I'm sure they're hideous.
Oh, no.
Well, I think you're supposed to go back and edit.
Oh.
I just put the whole thing up there. They can fast forward through. Well, I stopped recording on the lunch, so. Anyway. Okay. I'm putting a website together too. I'm almost done.
Oh. Sometime.
I know, right?
You are amazing.
I wouldn't go that far. My family thinks I've deserted them. I kind of have.
You're just doing your own thing, Liz. That's okay.
Well, I need a supplemental income when I retire.
Yeah.
Mm.
How soon is that? Okay, that.
Like 10 years?
I did it on the left side. Now, what you say, turn it upside down and do it on the left side?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not going to be 10 years unless I want to stay to 66, which I don't. So we'll see. I do have a lot of freedom there, but still.
To start cutting down my hours in the next year.
Mm,
Start phasing out, but I'm looking at 5 years.
yeah. Probably 5 years for sure. I don't know. It just depends how things play out. My husband wants me to quit my job, take my retirement, move somewhere else where we can live like
kings on the same amount of money that you would scrap by on.
Right, but I said, I'm not leaving my daughter. She's not going anywhere right now, and I said, I can't leave my mom. Oh. Be happy and see me.
Where does he want to go?
Anywhere but here.
Really?
It's just
It's
so
ridiculous.
expensive. It's
It
just,
is, it is.
my mortgage is just, that's basically what I work for, and I don't even have a fancy smancy, house, so.
Everything is in the
Is that the truth?
I just refinanced in February with the
Mhm.
low rates. I got my mortgage down to $1,639 a month.
What was it?
And I told my daughter when she inherits the house, I said, you can work at McDonald's and pay for that.
Right. Well, that's what I have to do. And I can still refi at a better rate now before they really start going back up.
And I'm gonna do all the, I don't know, LLC or whatever it is that you have to do, living trust, I think it is, so that she doesn't have to change the tax base.
Yes, if you do a living trust, then she doesn't have to wait for probate or any of that stuff.
Right, but I don't want her to have the higher tax base, because it's ridiculous. Thank you, Prop 13.
Nothing to do with it, like they've been trying to do.
Yeah, I know, but every time they fought it, it's been absolutely hammered, and because the voters are smarter than they think.
Okay, do you guys have your highlights in? Okay, so now we're gonna get out some asphaltum.
That was one.
And you're just gonna stipple the centers. And make sure you come over a little bit onto the pedal, but not a lot.
Are you using a brush?
I use a dry brush. So you can use a dry brush, you can use old stipple brush, whatever you want, Deerfoot. So if you just, I'm using black plum, but it's actually asphaltum, okay? So you stipple both of the centers. And then with a little bit of lamp black, you're going to do the bottom. You're going to stipple some lamp black on the bottom. I'm going to use a different color so you can see. I'll use blue. So it's going to be the bottom towards the petals is going to be the lamp black. Okay.
Where all the petals on the bottom?
No, it's on the center. So you stipple the center with asphaltum
And then you go around near the petals
with the black, lamp black
Oh, like where it's around the petals, huh?
on the
Okay.
center next to the petals. I did it in blue so you can see it.
And you go all around, I'm sorry, that repeat, is that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much. It's not a huge contrast, but it does, you can tell it's darker down there. And then towards the top in the center, you're going to stipple it with warm white.
I'm sorry, I missed what you do with the lamp black.
stipple towards the bottom. Right here. The blue is my lamp black.
Okay, okay, so just a little bit at the bottom
Yeah,
of each one.
yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, on each center, just go across the bottom. And then you go across the top of the center with Snow White. Raw sienna?
Where you do the white.
No. There's no reason you can't.
And then warm white at the top.
Yeah. So and that's on both of the centers, the big one and the little one. Then you're going to get out your greens because we're going to do the leaves and the stems. So your leaf and the two stems should already be base coated Hauser medium. So now we're going to need Hauser light, Hauser dark, and Irish moss.
Did you say all the greens?
Yeah, so Hauser light, Hauser dark, Irish moss. Yeah,
Unless you have ketchup. 3 houses and the Irish? Or 2 houses and the
two
Irish?
Hausers and the Irish moss.
What do we use? It's often or black, or the little, you have like little lines from the petal up to the.
Oh, shoot, yes.
Do I use,
No, it's black.
black for that? Okay.
Yes, and I forgot, I didn't put that in there. I don't think.
What is she talking about?
No, I know what she's talking about because I think it was a last second.
Oh,
So what you're gonna do between each petal, there's a little triangle of black. And I'm gonna do it in, oh, I'll do it in this dark blue. And you're just gonna, so if you look right here, it's just pulling some black between each petal.
oh, black.
Yeah. Just a thin little, just, it's like a filler between
That
each.
really separates the
Yeah.
Just-
petals.
yeah. Don't know why I didn't put those in there. Something was brought up before about that. I probably just didn't fix it. I guess I will now. So yeah, to separate your petals a little bit.
Oh, no.
Did any of you take go to the sleepover that was online from Gypsies?
No.
Did you?
Yeah, it was fun.
I bet it was. Did they have a good turnout?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I mean, I think they had about 70.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah,
And it
because
was all
I
on
taught,
Zoom?
I taught one of the, not a full class, I taught one of the, make it and take it. And I remember it was a stamp, so I had to send Heidi, Allison, like 70 stamps
Oh,
I cut out and sent her. But yeah, that was, I just love that group. So I can't wait till we can meet again in person. It's such a great time.
What's the name of that group?
Gypsy Tollers.
What, you have a scanning time?
I have a glow forge,
Okay.
so I can design whatever on my computer, but I also can use they have a bunch of different stuff I can use,
Okay.
and I can cut out whatever. Yeah, I can cut all my own stuff now.
Yeah. You're really moving forward.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach my husband how to use the machine. So, and he's good with machines, but this is a computer machine, so it's different. Anyway,
Mechanical.
yeah, and it's for what I'm using it for now, it's perfect. I love it. Okay, so now with your Hauser light. So you're gonna dry brush the center of the leaf. Yes. So you're gonna dry brush the leaf, the center of the leaf, and also add some dry brush down the center of the stem. Once that dries, let it dry, and then you're going to repeat over it with Irish moss, and that will make it just pop out. And you know, when you do that, you really don't need to, you don't dry brush the whole thing again. You leave some of that first dry brush color showing.
Kind of just go over on the top, huh?
Yes, yes. You want to leave some of that Hauser light showing, and then you do a smaller section of the Irish moss, and then that's what draws your eyes right to that middle where it pops out.
Could you repeat that?
Okay, so we're going to dry brush the center of the leaf and each part of the stem with Hauser light green. Then once that dries, you're going to take Irish moss and you're going to go over it, but you're not going to cover the entire thing up. You want to leave some on the edges showing. And then the float on your leaves is Hauser Dark.
All right, so Hauser White, then Irish Moss, and then float in Hauser Dark.
Yes, and the floating in the Hauser Dark is at the base.
Yeah. And inside the wine.
And on the left side of the leaf and of the petals. That vein line will be done in a minute. Yes, so the shading will be here at the base and down the left side. And then the left side of the petals too.
The left side of the petal.
I meant, so not petals,
Stems.
stems.
Those other green things.
Sorry. Okay, and also when you're doing your floats on your stems, make sure you float next to the petals. I call them intersections, wherever they intersect with the, well, not really an intersect, they don't cross, but where they meet. So it'd be right here where it meets the petals, here, and then here.
I do have one suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only picture we have to go by with the packet, if we can get a bigger one.
I blew it up myself.
Yeah. That was what.
You didn't get, okay. Should have brought them.
If you put them on your device, you know, you
Yeah,
can
but
enlarge it.
I know, but you know what? How about this? I have regular photographs at my house of them. I'm gonna mail them to Kristen. Can I mail them to you? Then at the next meeting, you guys will have the real photograph.
oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I should do that for the next
I
time.
didn't think, you know.
No, I'm
I
glad
wasn't
you
thinking
told me.
Pat had done it, and I looked and I went, oh my gosh, that's so much easier to look, see.
Well, yeah. And I'm like, just look at your picture. You're like, we don't have a picture.
We don't have a picture. Well, we have a picture, but I need to get the name. This is-
Oh, shoot, I didn't know.
That's all right.
Okay, well,
If it had been a crisis, I would have called it.
okay, so, With Hauser Dark, now you're gonna float. I personally like a floated vein line. I just think it looks more natural, and that's just my opinion. So give it a little bit of a curve. Okay. Right here on the leaf. Just a little float. And you're also going to do a little bit with shoreline on the opposite side, but it's so thin, it's like a line. See, I'm going to have to show you an orange.
Gonna be your Pablo Picasso piece at the end.
Yeah. So just do another little. I accented in that shoreline color. No, right next to it. And then I lined with my liner brush. You can add some shoreline on the stem, or on the stem.
On what side of the stem?
Kind of just wherever. I'll show you right here on the picture. So it's just a little line here and here, here. And then on the leaf. And look at, I did this too. I did a curl. That's all shoreline, yeah.
She says she's gonna borrow, Pat. I wonder how she's gonna give it back to you.
May I have one? And the curl is in that.
Shoreline, yeah. It's such a powdery blue. Not a baby blue, but it's just very powder.
Shoreline blue.
Shoreline, I guess, yeah.
It's a little curve, right?
So all, you already painted your letters. The accents on your letters is a dry brush. It's a liner brush, but I didn't get it wet. Or you can actually use like a number 2 round or a 1 round. And I did it with morning mist. And I just did a dry brush, just a stroke of morning mist on different parts of the letters.
Did you shade around the whole thing to push it back with asphaltum?
Yes, so after this morning mist, after you do the accents on the letters, you take asphaltum and I floated around all the objects. So, in between the petals, you don't have to do every single in between each petal. I did some over here. I went under the leaf, around the cup, in between these petals here. Let's see, the cup handle right here. It's on that page, might be easier to look at.
Oh, okay.
And then on inside the handles, everything would be on the green. The celery background is where you would float this asphaltum, and it would just be next to the objects. And of course, across the bottom here. Let me look at that. Make sure it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so on the shading worksheet, it shows that I did float with asphaltum all around everything.
That's what it looked like on the picture, but
And then there's the dots. That's all on the detailed pattern too. You guys get what I was saying about the dry brushing on the letters? See how it looks kind of rough? It's not a smooth line. What?
oh, that's just the broken line.
They're not even broken. What I did was I took a round or a liner, and you just don't get it wet. And if you get it wet, just really wipe the water off, dip it in the paint, and then you just have to kind of flick on each letter, and it just gives it like a jump, like a skippy, like the paint skipping through it. Very textured. But it's easier than having to have to shade and highlight every single skinny little letter.
Yeah.
I like detail, but I'm not like crazy. Oh, right here.
Oh,
But
is that okay if I take it?
of course, but my dip dots aren't even on there. I don't know what the heck.
Not.
I brought the wrong piece. I know I did. What the heck my problem is.
No. Why you can't do that? That's the same as mine.
Very nice.
And then on this worksheet, the shading worksheet, all the little dots is where it's shaded, but we've done everything on the cups and the flowers, but we haven't done anything on the outside of the object. So that's all asphaltum. And it's just a float across here and up here. It just helps guide you on where to put all those floats or the shading. So the instructions tell you it's asphaltum, and then you can just look at the picture to see.
That's a lot.
It is, but you
So
don't,
really, all these dots is where we should shade with the asphalt?
yeah, but not on the inside here. We've already done all these. just on the
Around
outside,
the outside.
around the
Okay.
outside. Yeah, we've already done everything else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you don't have to go, I did put them in here, but you don't have to hit every pedal.
Yeah.
You're welcome. After you guys finish the around, all your shading around all the objects, do you want to do your dip dots here? Or are you going to wait till you get home?
I would like to get a picture of what we've got there.
Yeah.
With or without dip dots?
It will be without dip dots. Mine doesn't have dip dots.
Oh, good.
I don't know what the heck.
I get comments on Facebook about people who check it out, that they love all the pictures.
They put me in charge of Facebook too. I kind of volunteered. I figured, well, if I'm doing the newsletter, might as well do Facebook. So whatever pictures you put up, I'm gonna share them onto my
Okay.
website.
Go for it.
And you did crisscrosses across the.
Oh.
center of the-
Oh, yeah, you can take some asphaltum and do some cross hatching across that white on the, not asphaltum, use. No, I guess it is. Right here. On the center.
White, actually, it looks like white around it.
Oh, gosh, okay.
See the brown?
Oh, I see. Oh, it is, okay.
It's on the sunflower center?
Yeah,
Oh.
I just added some little. Okay, note to self. Put the cross hatching and the little black lines. Boy, obviously I didn't put all the instructions for the centers. That's all right.
Aren't you glad you're helping?
No, you know what? That's what I always, the chapter I belong to, they're like my guinea pigs. They can tell me what I'm missing because, you should really, when you're writing instructions, it's so important to have somebody like even paint it for you one time and say, oh, you're missing this or missing that, or to look at it. But I have nobody that would know if it's okay or not. I mean, my daughter would.
I used to have Carol in a couple of classes.
Uh-huh.
I would give her the stuff and I said, here's my instructions, fix what needs to be fixed if you're confused.
So if you're teaching somebody else's, do they make you rewrite the instructions?
Yes.
And well, why?
Because we have a copywriting and the teacher that you got the instructions from needs to get paid for their pattern and their.
Right.
instructions.
So if
But
you're gonna teach from somebody, you just have to rewrite the whole instructions.
Yep.
And then it's not, then it's yours,
Then the words are mine, and the pattern is still
theirs.
But you're not copywriting their.
Got
You're
it.
not even supposed to copy it. Well, you can supposed to copy their pattern. And that's what you're supposed to use, not their actual pattern, but.
Well, no, that's not true, because Chris Horton Deason said, if you can teach my stuff, go ahead, you're welcome to it. But you still can't copyright her words. You can use the pattern.
Oh, well, you can use I thought it was you could use the pattern, but you had to actually copy the pattern yourself and use that copy. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't actually photocopy her pattern, but maybe I'm wrong.
How would they
Maybe
know?
it varies.
As long as, and then, you know, say, okay, so this pattern belongs to Chris Horton Beeson.
Yeah, sure.
And these are instructions, that I've rewritten them because
Yeah, I know, you have to,
Mhm.
yeah,
you have to give them credit.
right. Well, I agree.
Yeah. Did you look at the instructions for the tote bag that Sarah Reiner put that pattern in for? The instructions are terrible.
For what tote bag?
The one that.
Oh, with the fall?
Yeah, no,
it's flowers.
it's flowers, it's Sarah Reiner with the round flowers.
Oh.
She had, Kristen had the,
Oh, okay.
anyway, they asked me to teach that in January, and so I've been working on it, but the instructions are terrible.
Oh,
They have
really?
like one line, do this, and you're supposed to figure out about 4 or 5 different things on top of that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's this one,
there's literally, it's the inside, and there's like 6
this one here.
Oh,
inches. And that's
Really
it.
cute.
it is very cute.
It
But
is, it's
it
really
opens
cute.
up and there's really nothing in it. She's right.
Oh, it is cute though.
You know, I've been cutting pattern pieces, you know, round things out of manila folders and all this other kind of stuff. And I used quarters,
Mm-hmm.
nickels, dimes, and pennies for some of the smaller flowers.
Wow.
And
Didn't she have a pattern?
no,
She uses her finger.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
It's Sarah Reiner. She doesn't need a pattern.
You know what?
Flop, 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 and it's done.
I've never taken a class from her.
Oh, she's
Oh,
fun.
she is fun.
She is
We've had her
funny
here a
lady.
couple of
Neat
times.
lady.
And she goes to Vegas.
Mm-hmm. I think I've painted her pieces, but I've never taken a class from her.
Yeah, she uses her fingernail.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, well, I won't do that. Because if I
Get her
use my
phone.
finger, I will end up getting everything all over my painting. Which I almost did today, so.
Oh, I'm getting a layer.
I know it is. I think
I used to do it all the time.
this is the end of our neck tolerance.
Yeah, I think it's good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, probably I didn't think of the colors of blue.
I'm not sure you will.
Selected on that one. This one, I made it.
Oh, that's cool. That's the deal. You did move the auto off, didn't you?
And the whole thing, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like some of the stuff in here.
And then, people will- this one is- it's good for- This is like. And, I'm going to be so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. And then you go. "Oh."
I thought,
You know, I think I had nothing, something on it. Well, white, I couldn't, I tried it, because it had white on it. I couldn't seem to take it off.
oh, really?
Yeah. I,
Because that's what we usually use.
well, that's what everyone said, and I tried it.
How did you get rid of it? Did you get it out?
How did everybody do?
Yeah, I cleaned it over it. With glue. You know, it's still dabbing.
You still dabbing?
Oh,
Nice. I love your little smartphone.
yeah.
Super cute.
Oh, wow.
I love that one.
I show it. Laugh.
I know, too.
I don't recommend.
Now it's another project that we did.
Yeah.
No, you're so psycho.
Too bad?
No.
No, it's good.
Well, look at that, and it's 119.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Are you stop recording?
Go on there. I think I should, right?
Oh, yeah.
Say goodbye to Joanne.
Yeah, take it back.
Goodbye, Joanne.
What do you suggest I do a little?
Hi, guys. Thank you.
I would maybe continue something like this from the stencil, just maybe a dot like that, or just if you float around this whole thing
Mhm,
with like a Hauser medium,
mhm,
and then just float these. Hauser medium.
mhm. And not put
And
anything
then that
there?
would be it.
Okay.
I mean, you could put a couple little dots.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, but I would definitely float around.
All right.
Nice, I like that. Okay, you're good, Nancy?
I'm good.
Pretty, isn't it? It's nice.
Fine.
Oh, okay, stop recording.
Can you say hi to?
Hi, Joanne.
Bye, Joanne.
Hi, thank
Hi,
you.
Joanne. Good to see your face.
No,
she
she never
never
shows her face.
She doesn't
You know what it looks like.
Listen, how do you feel about having the board meetings on Zoom all the time?